All right, so we've been getting into some spinal extension. We got one more spinal extension pose. It's a little bit more on the intense side, especially if you have any knee pain. Just kind of be cautious with it and go in the different progressions slowly. Don't be in a rush to get towards the final expression. So we'll go ahead and do a reverse push-up, up, and then come on your knees. Walk the knees forward towards the top of the mat. Leave yourself some space for your butt to sit down in between the feet. This might be enough. If this is provocative, again, you can come out of it and just kind of rest on your knees and wait for us to go through here. But if you're good here, the next place we're going, if your knees are good and you can maintain butt contact on the mat, start to walk your elbows towards the mat behind you. And then if you're still good here, you don't have to arch a ton, you can start to drop all the way down and tuck your chin towards your chest and bring the arms up overhead. Hands back on the feet and start to come back up on the elbows. And walk your upper body back up. Shake the feet out a little bit if you need to. And let's meet back onto our backs briefly here. Arms down by the sides. Go ahead and bring them up overhead, crossing the thumbs. When we go to sit up, we're going to drive straight up towards the sky and then round forward, 2-finger grip, grabbing the big toes, pulling you a little bit closer, chest towards the knees. Go ahead and release that grip, and we'll move back over into a plank. And you're gonna bring your right knee up towards your right elbow, make contact, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bring it back, come back down into that plank. Left knee comes up towards the left elbow. Again, don't hike or don't drop down super low. Nice neutral position here and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to the plank. You go ahead and press back into a down dog briefly here. And back to our plank. And let's slide the knee on the ground this time up towards the right hand. And then use the left hand to open up the foot and the leg here. Both sides of your hips are pressing down towards the mat. And with a straight spine, start to bring your chest a little bit closer towards the mat here. And not to be vulgar, but I want to get a little bit more mobilization of the hip joint here by just like pulsing, like you're almost like humping the ground. We shouldn't have been on the ground. And then walk your hands over towards the right side. And then over towards the left. Back to the center. We'll meet back on all fours, hands and knees. Knees are directly underneath the hips, hands are directly underneath the shoulders. We're going to drive the left leg straight back towards the back of the room. The heel is pointing towards the back of the room. The toes are pointing up towards your face. And then we're going to straighten out that right arm as well, making a fist and kind of rotating it up towards the sky. We're not super high here and arched up like this. We're not resting on the ground. Just barely have your foot lifted up. And try not to be doing a lot of twisting. Everything should be pretty straight and neutral. And start to slowly lower down, but don't rest your hand and your knee on the ground. Just kind of hover it above the mat. You go ahead and bring it back up. And back down into the hover. And last time up for 10. And then rest the hand in the leg down onto the mat. Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, confused. And then we'll do the other side. So you're going to bring the right leg straight back. Again, heels pointing towards the back of the room. Toes are coming forward. And bring the left arm up, making the fist point up towards the sky. And then hover. And back up. And hover. And last time up for 10. And relax. All right, so now start to bring the left knee up towards the left hand and open the leg up. Come into pigeon on the left side. Straight back, start to bring your chest a little bit closer towards the mat. And a little pulse here if you got it. Start to walk your hands over towards the left side. And then over towards the right. And back to the center. And go ahead and come back. Hey, on all fours. So we're going to stretch out our plantar fascia here. So this the tissue, thick tissue here on the bottom of our feet, it can get tight on a lot of people. So what we're gonna do is your big toe is what you're gonna think about putting a lot of your force through on each side. And you're just sitting back on your heels. You should feel like quite a bit of pressure. You can obviously adjust how much pressure you have on there and how much your weight you're putting through your heels. You can add a little self-massage here too. We're going to try and stay here for a little bit to get a really decent stretch on this overworked tissue. You got it.
What's overworked?
And go ahead and release and tap the feet out a little bit. All right, we're going to give the upper body some love too. So you're going to turn to face the wrists forward on each side. And same thing, you're going to sit back towards your heels. And release that. Roll your wrists out a little bit. Grab your feet here. Sit up tall and then tuck your chin toward your chest and start to round the back forward. And your head is going to come down just in front of your knees. And then you're going to start to round the spine up. And you should feel a stretch in your neck. Now you're not putting a lot of weight down through your head. You're pulling hard with your arms, so that takes the weight off of your head. Hips come up. If you're not able to maintain that, the knees to the forehead, you can walk your knees up a bit to regain that contact with your forehead. And start to slowly roll up. One vertebra at a time with your chin, lifting last. Release your grip, move into a seated position. Bend the left leg here. You're going to bring the right foot up over the top of the left leg. Right hand comes to the base of the spine. Left arm comes up high, crosses over. Hook your left knee with your left hand here if you can. Stay sitting up tall and start to rotate over toward your right side. And release that side. Then the right knee, heel comes up by the butt. Left leg crosses up over the top. Left hand comes to the base of the spine, sit up tall. Right arm comes up and over the left leg. Hook the right knee if you can. And start to rotate over towards the left side. And release that. You're going to bring your right foot in inner portion of your left thigh. Sit up tall, turn to face over towards the left leg. Arms come up overhead and start to reach forward. If you can reach your feet, great. If you need to bend your knee here, that's fine too. Just try to pull yourself closer to, again, that forehead or nose to knee contact. And slowly round up. Switch the legs out. Square your body off towards the right side. And switch around forward. And slowly come up. Both legs straight out in front of you. Arms up overhead. Again, peace fingers. Going to grab the big toes. You want to pull your chest close down to your knees as you can get it. So we're thinking about going forward and down, not just straight down towards our legs. We're also trying to bring our head closer to our feet. And release that. Awesome job. We'll just finish up on a final Shavasana here. This time you can close your eyes. So go and move on to your back. Again, our cues here are the shoulders down away from the ears, palms up towards the ceiling. Let the feet just fall out to the sides. A little bit of tuck to the chin. George doesn't want it to be over. We're just gonna, again, bring it back to the breath. Just let yourself enjoy a moment of relaxation after the work you just put in. Set the tone for a good Friday and a good weekend. I think about slowing the breath rate down a little bit. Deeper, longer breaths. Feel the stomach rise and fall, not just rising up to the side, but right now just rising up and down, but also up to the side. Big, full breaths. All right, go ahead and shake. And start shaking out the fingers and the toes, arms and the legs. Come back to the room. Go ahead and roll over onto your side. You can support your head with your hand here. And slowly work up into seated position. Awesome. Thank you guys who were able to stay with us the whole time. Well, I think I'll probably going to be working this into a weekly kind of set. So either Wednesdays or Thursdays, I'll keep everyone updated. But thanks everyone. Have a good rest of your evening. Namaste. Woo!